Danny Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that gets the ball rolling.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. This is completed downfield to Likely. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no. Of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Saw the rain hit it quick. Call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming. All right.
Off the play action. Here's Stroud. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. He had him, Brock. Throw was on target. God help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Here we go. Drop to the right, drop to the right. Drop to the right.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
First down.
at the 36-yard line.
Oh,
They go play action with Stroud. Headed out right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
18. What's that? Under.
It's mixed in on second down. He finds space for a few yards that time. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Browns are in the nickel for this third down call.
All right. 18. What's that? Oh, boy. Hey.
Third and long for him here. Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being fourth down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and more importantly, to stop it. They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Bear has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10. Play action, Sanders. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
60 by 6, 60 by 6, 60 by 6. Mustang 19.
Sanders going to throw here on first. Has him on the quick hitter. He's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Go.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Just keep on continuing the evolution of wide receivers as runners. You know, that used to just be a gadget play, Kate. Then you see it more and more between the 20s, and now we're seeing it even in the red zone. Get your playmakers the ball.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes second and 2.
Let's go. Hurt. 70 Lions.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this.
On the ready.
Ready to go with the second quarter. And it's the Browns with it inside the red zone.
18 Cardinal.
Here's Judkins on second down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
That one finds his man, likely. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Judkins takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal. These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of being off schedule.
Cowboy 80.
It's Sanders out of the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10.
Oh, boy. 18. 11.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up second and 2.
The cool thing about a drive starting a run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up second and 2. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10 from the 41. Stroud off to play fake. Throws off the lip, but it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face second down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 22, and it sets up a Houston first.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. And he's got it, it's in close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. And that's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
brings up
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
And down the bootleg. Flushed out of the pocket. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
Mixon. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans tie things 10-10. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Here's Judkins to begin the drive. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Warrior 70. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Sampson. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready?
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Viking 18. Cougar 19. Ready, ready?
1st down, and they go right back to it. This is ahead for about 5. Vaughn Jones with the tackle on that play. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Going all the way to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
He's looking deep, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field, Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. With Mason Graham engulfing that play. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the ground game here. He's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go. Out to the right, out to the right. 118. What's that?
Shotgun now for Stroud. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
You're 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
Oh.
He's back to throw. Connects here with Jalen Moe. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout.
Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now. On what I love. Boom, baby, we run it up.
Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Oh.
Stroud off of play action. Gets this to Stover. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defenders can cover him.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, hey.
From the gun, Stroud. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10 from the 41. Mixon on the counter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, sometimes football and poker have a lot in common. You don't want to tell at the poker table, and you don't want one at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes just it's alignment. It's the way these linemen breathe. It's the blood in their knuckles that defenders read and react to. I think that time a tell was in play because the defense was all over that counter before it could get started.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's He's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
All right. 18. What's that?
First and 10 are on the Mixon. And he stopped after breaking off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Going right side, Mixon with it. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. It's a design boot. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Stroud completes it quick. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
6-yard gain. Brings up third and goal.
Third and hardly anything. Just need the length of the football.
On the quick, right?
Mixon. And he's over the line and in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out at halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
On the jump.
Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time, start connecting on more of these, and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
We'll cobble together a yard there. Lee McNeil in on the tackle. Third down here, need 8 on the play.
Let's go. 19, 18.
Here he goes, third and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. defense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Oh,
To the air, Stroud. The right side hauled in by Collins. And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
26-yard line.
all right.
Off the play action, here's Stroud. Has a man downfield, it's Collins. He goes the distance, touchdown Houston! The Texans lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Nico Collins with a touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. This, our last play of the quarter.
Cougar 19! Cougar 19!
We'll get to Sampson here up the middle. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Come on. Hit! 60 by 6.
Looking out of the gun, Sanders. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st down, here's Sanders. This is completed downfield directly. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
He'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Go play action for Sanders. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Ready! 70 Timberwolves. 18, tied in. Ready.
Sanders now on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on third and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. Well, it didn't work out that time.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the gap closes to 14 points.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a two-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10.
18. What's that?
Here's Stroud. Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to the line they come, second down.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Running from the pistol, it's Mixon. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Now, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans moments away from their 4th win of the year. All right, here we go. Second down. A give left side. Here's Mixon. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 18.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nico Collins, the intended target. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Texans set to punt. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. And he drives it skyward, hoping to drop this near the goal line. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Come back to Cowboy 80.
Sanders going to look to throw. Catch is made by Dylan Sampson. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Sanders going to throw here on first. Dumps it off to his running back. They're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. They get 13 on the pickup, and that gives the Browns a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
13 yards.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Brings it in. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Bronco 80.
Jenkins out the middle. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check smash.
Sanders setting to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go!
To the air, Sanders. Jackson's closing in, and they get to him. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
70 Timberwolves.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Going deep here for the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And again, Brock, the play clock expires. What is going on down there? A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag.
Here we go.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.